You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about Pat McAfee here in this video. Now, we all know that Pat McAfee signed a contract to go over to ESPN, and the Pat McAfee Show will be moving over to ESPN. I do believe that the Pat McAfee YouTube channel is no longer going to be streaming the show. It's going to be exclusive to ESPN. Now, when people found out that Pat McAfee was actually signing with ESPN, he took a bunch of backlash. A lot of his fans actually say, no, I'm out. I'm not going to be watching him anymore. We will have to see now since this is the first day. Guys, we got some interesting news here about the Pat McAfee Show on ESPN. Now on YouTube, he was uncensored. He was dropping a whole bunch of F-bombs and things like that. He was being very, very authentic. He was being himself. But now even he's admitted that he's going to have to cut back on the amount of F-bombs he's going to be dropping on the show. And to me, guys, that definitely seems like, Pat McAfee is not really being himself. But guys, we got kind of a caveat here. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of the F-bombs are going away, but guys, probably so. Probably eventually all of the F-bombs will be going away because this show is actually going to be on ESPN on cable TV. And of course, you can't actually drop the F-bombs. So what is ESPN going to do about it? Well, guys, we have the answer. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Right here. On Awful Announcing, ESPN will air Pat McAfee on delay to combat naughty words. Yeah. So from what I actually understand about this, guys, is that when Pat McAfee is on the on ESPN, there will probably be some F-bombs, but however, it's going to be bleeped out. It's going to be censored out. But on YouTube, on ESPN YouTube channel, it'll be uncensored the way it was on Pat McAfee's YouTube channel. That is my understanding right there. But there's a little bit more to this, so let's go ahead and read some of this, guys. It says here, the Pat McAfee Show will debut on ESPN Thursday at noon Eastern Time, and luckily, those averse to profanity may not need to cover their virgin ears. Ever since the surprising multi-year partnership between McAfee and ESPN was announced in May, fans have wondered what will happen to all the swearing that occurs on the show. Thankfully, the Wall Street Journal has an answer. According to the Wall Street Journal, ESPN will combat McAfee's affinity for the F-bomb by airing the show on delay. So he's going to be old school NBA Finals style, 1970s. He's going to be on tape delay on ESPN. It goes on. It says, that's right. The Wall Street Journal is now reporting on Pat McAfee's swearing and how it will fit at Disney's ESPN. McAfee's show will premiere on ESPN Thursday at noon Eastern Time, with the first 2 hours of the show airing on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and ESPN's YouTube channel, while the third hour will air exclusively on ESPN Plus and ESPN's YouTube channel. After the ESPN partnership was announced, McAfee acknowledged he would try to lessen the number of F-bombs dropped on his show, but he didn't want to completely change his vocabulary for the worldwide leader. Now, ESPN, man, they're going into uncharted territory right here, because I do believe on day one, there will be F-bombs dropped on this show. And I may actually check it out on ESPN's YouTube channel, because I really want to see the change, the approach. Now, I don't actually have cable, so I can't actually watch ESPN. But the YouTube channel, I want to see, even if they actually censor it there. But I believe they're not going to be censoring it on their YouTube channel. And he caught a bunch of flag, guys. He caught a bunch of flag. I don't know if today he's still getting ratioed on the videos on the Pat McAfee YouTube channel. But boy, he was getting ratioed for a while, like on every single video on YouTube. people have considered him to be a sellout now. And so we'll actually have to see, man, how many F-bombs he's actually going to be dropping on the show, because that's what the show was, kind of like Barstool. It's possible, guys, that the censorship that happened with Barstool, remember Mitzi at Barstool Sports got fired. Why? Because he rapped the N-word. He was actually rapping a rap song, and Penn Entertainment said, hey, you got to fire him. So what is going to happen, man, with Pat McAfee once ESPN and Disney look at something, they say, hey, we don't like that. What if somebody actually comes on there, like Aaron Rodgers, for example? Aaron Rodgers is on the Pat McAfee show, I believe, weekly. And he's talked about the jab and things like that. And we know when it actually comes to the jab, Aaron Rodgers is not a fan. Actually, he just came out and he praised Novak Djokovic, for never getting a jab. And now Novak Djokovic is actually playing at the U.S. Open. We know that ESPN is not going to like that. So my question is, how long will it actually be before ESPN tells Pat McAfee, hey, we don't want you to have Aaron Rodgers on this show again because of he's actually talking about, the jab and things like that. We're pro-jab. He's not pro-jab. And then I believe the censorship will come. It's only going to be a matter of time, guys, before ESPN lays down the smack. I believe that they can only take probably so much of this, even with all the bleeping out and things like that. Then you open it up a can of worms, for like other shows as well, like ESPN First Take. Now, Stephen A. Smith, when he's on like podcasts and stuff like that, he's dropped the F-bomb. But on First Take, he can't do it. He can't do that. So we'll have to see, man. But this is going to get interesting right here. Day number 1 of the Pat McAfee show on ESPN. How much censorship do you guys think is actually going to be on the show, even though he's going to be on tape delay? I don't know if ESPN has done tape delay for anybody on a live show. This is supposed to be a live show, because when the Pat McAfee show was actually on YouTube, that was a live chat. I don't know if this is actually going to have live chat, so there may even be a little bit of delay on the YouTube channel. Maybe. I'm not really sure. But Pat McAfee technically will not be live. Will it actually be like a 3-minute delay on ESPN? It'll probably end up being something like that. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.